What to do to everybody on here? See, I ain't say SoundCloud this time, but they gonna post this story on YouTube. We live from our, website, you know what I'm saying? Thugging. Got a headache, y'all, so that's probably what I sound like, drowsy. Got a real big headache, man. But try to get some rest and done telling this story, you feel me? My love life and career is in the parallel universe. Shout out to Netflix and all the outlets, especially Netflix, because they're gonna be telling my biopic story. And actually, I think we're gonna have a little bit of Netflix in this episode. But y'all see the photo, so y'all know what three girls I'm gonna be keying into um, when I get into this episode. So Jenna Ortega Sims was not feeling a lot of people saying that I'm a clone. I guess because I'm acting a little bit different. I think when a lot of celebrities act different, they tend to say you're a fucking clone. I would never see the day that my fans would think I was a clone. But it wasn't really my fans saying that I was a clone. Because my fans, they know I'm not a clone. So they was kind of defending me, but not kind of, they was. But there was a lot of other people that's not my fans saying that I was a clone and stuff like that. When they make them little conspiracy theory videos and all that bullshit. That's why I don't get on social media. So Jenna Ortega, we were laying in a bed together, and she's like, "Baby, I'm really getting tired of these people saying you're a fucking clone. I'm tired of not saying anything." I'm like, "Looks like, baby, there's one thing I don't play with. That's you and our babies. Like, people can talk about me. I'm not even gonna respond if people talk about me. But if they start talking about the man that I love and the man that I'm spending the rest of my life with, which is you, I got a problem with all of that shit. And especially if they start talking about our babies. Got a problem with that shit. Remember when the babies first came? And they was like, oh, the baby's so light. Is they even David's? And now the babies, they look exactly like you. You know what I'm saying? And that started to piss me off because I'm like, what the fuck you mean are they Davids? Yes, they are Davids. Like, don't ever in your life say that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fuck with that. Like, when you start talking about people that I care about, I have a problem with it. And lately, that is what everybody been saying, is that you're a fucking clone because you've been acting different and doing things different. So now you're a fucking clone. So I'm really not feeling that shit. So Jenna Ortega gets on her Instagram live and she's like, damn, I ain't been on here in a while. But I came on my Instagram live to clear up some shit because it's like this. Y'all are really starting to piss me off with this shit. My husband is not a fucking clone. Okay, he's not a clone. He did not die in the fucking car crash because I hear a ton of those fucking videos out there that the government killed him when they ran him off the road and now he's dead and they replaced him with a clone and that's why he's acting so different. He's not acting fucking different. And even if he is, he's allowed to change, okay? He's a fucking person at the end of the day. Even if he's not a regular person, he's still allowed to change if he wants to. So don't be fucking making up stories that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. None of y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. So y'all acting like y'all was right there when the fucking car crash happened. Y'all was not right there. You don't know what fucking happened. So stop acting like you was literally right there or somebody sent you footage of the fucking shit. Nobody sent you footage. You don't know. So stop assuming that you know everything that happened. You don't know. I'm really getting tired of y'all making these videos like y'all 100% sure about what the fuck happens to certain people. You don't know. And yes, he got ran off the road. Yes, he got broken legs and stuff. Yes, he's in a wheelchair. But that don't mean he fucking died. So stop with all this dumb shit because y'all really starting to piss me off. And if I hear another fucking video of y'all saying my fucking husband is a damn clone, I'm really gonna start reporting y'all and blocking y'all fucking damn accounts. Because if somebody send me another fucking damn video of y'all saying this shit, I guarantee you that's gonna be your last time making that fucking video. It's gonna be your last time making any fucking videos. for a long ass time. So I'm telling y'all right now, stop speaking on my husband's name saying that he a fucking clone. Cause if he was a fucking clone, trust me, I would have fucking agreed to it. But he ain't no damn clone. And stop saying I'm a fucking clone too. Talking about some Jenna Ortega looking different. You don't know what I'm going through. None of y'all don't know what the fuck I'm going through behind closed doors. So please stop acting like y'all know what the fuck is going on. And I'm not even going to give y'all the satisfaction to let y'all know what's going on with me. Because it's none of y'all fucking business. But stop acting like y'all know what y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? Talking about David and Jenna Ortega, they a clone couple. No, the fuck we not. Y'all really starting to piss me off with this shit. Cause when y'all started saying that shit about me, I ain't give a fuck. But then y'all start saying that shit about David, so I do give a fuck. So I'm letting y'all know right now, please stop saying that shit because it's not funny and it's not fucking cute. And none of y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all really need to stop that shit. Making these damn fake ass conspiracy theory videos like y'all on the nose with shit. None of y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. And I'm so tired of a whole, how the fuck do all these damn people like these videos when you gotta know in your right mind that they don't know what the fuck they talking about? You have to believe, you have to know they don't know what the fuck they talking about. You just have to. But it's like, people want to believe so bad that my husband's a clone. But he ain't no damn clone. Trust me, he is definitely not a clone. Can a clone get me pregnant? Because I'm pregnant again. I will confirm that. Yes, I am pregnant again. So can a clone get me pregnant? I mean, y'all said I was a clone. So can another clone get pregnant? Clones can't get pregnant. Clones can't make babies. That's the reality of it. They can't make fucking babies. They can't. Literally, scientifically, they can't make babies. So I'm letting you know if that was the case, would I be pregnant again? Stupid asses. Please stop fucking talking on my family. So she get off or whatever like that. And Jenna Ortega was a little bit, not a little bit, she was a lot pissed off about that shit. Because she really did not like, oh, and then she got back on there to get on my family because I guess my family been talking about me. See, I don't really get on social media like that, so I don't follow what my family say about me because I really don't fucking care, to be honest with you. So I be literally in my own world. I don't be giving two shits about what people be saying about me because you don't know what you think you know. You think you know, and I'm gonna just let you think you know whatever you think you know. So anyway, she gets back on there and her mother like, Jenna, stop getting online arguing with these people. She's like, Mom, please stop telling me what to do. Can you please stop telling me what to do and how to deal with my family? This is my family. So she's like, yeah, and you're my family. She's like, and what is David? Okay, he's my husband and the father of my kids. So what do you mean? Don't get online and say what I'm going to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm not going to sit back and keep letting them run their fucking mouth. I'm tired of them doing that shit. So she get back on it. It's like, oh, I got back on here because I wanted to address some things to David's family. This ain't for the fucking people up here running their mouth saying they a clone. Because I already addressed that shit. I'm talking about David's family, David's son's family. Now, I thought it was kind of cute when y'all was getting online and saying a whole bunch of shit that y'all definitely know that wasn't true. And I feel like, David told me a long time ago to not really, to not really respond to the shit. Just let it go, let it ride or whatever. But the videos I've seen and stuff and the stuff y'all was saying, I really just can't let that shit ride. Now, David tells me everything. If y'all don't know, David has to reproduce. He's not a normal person. He has to create a new generation. How the fuck do you create a new generation? You have to fuck multiple bitches. You even got to be in relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? Even when you in love with one particular girl. Okay, so David is in love with me. I am his wife. And I ain't going nowhere. I know his life. I know what he has to do. So I'm supporting him in this. So you think he haven't told me about that girl now, there? He had already told me about that girl. But what I'm trying to understand is this. If y'all are his family, and a lot of y'all are his brothers and fucking sisters, if y'all are his family, why in the fuck? Why in the absolute fuck? Why are y'all making these videos about him? I mean, I'm trying to really figure this shit out because it takes two to fuck. You know what I'm saying? It takes two to make a fucking baby. So I don't really think that David manipulated that girl into doing anything she ain't already want to fucking do. So in the whole videos, I'm hearing y'all bashing on my husband, but not really saying too much about that girl Nadia and how she was the one that came up with the idea for them to have sex. She was the one that came up with the idea. It wasn't like my husband was like, all right, let's fuck. You know what I'm saying? So in the whole video, I'm hearing y'all joking and clowning my husband, but my husband got way more money than y'all. My husband is rich. Y'all motherfuckers want his life. See, the thing about y'all is y'all are so damn fucking jealous that this man then created a life that y'all want. You know, he didn't came up from literally nothing and now look at what the fuck he got. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all feel regrets of y'all could have been there for him when he needed y'all, but y'all wasn't. And now y'all seeing him the shit and all these bitches on his dick. Now y'all want to act like, oh, I was always there for him, and I was. If y'all really supported him, y'all wouldn't be making these fucking videos. It don't matter if he was fucking a girl not there or not. It doesn't fucking matter if y'all really was there for your brother. And the fucking sad part about it, it's your little brother. It's your baby brother. It's not like he's the oldest. He's not even the fucking oldest. So all of y'all are literally older than this man. And y'all acting like the children in this shit. And it's the thing. Y'all all benefiting from my husband's success. That's the truth. Y'all benefiting from his success. And I see the benefits from what the fuck y'all reaping from his success. And David is so damn humble, he ain't even addressing this shit. He's letting y'all benefit off of him. Because that's how fucking serious my husband is. He's not fucking petty. And he don't even give a fuck. But he's like this. Well, I'm like this. If y'all won't benefit from my husband's success, please stop running your mouth about my husband. Because I will stop that equity. I will literally stop that equity from all of y'all benefiting off from my husband. All that shit will cease. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm literally gonna stop that shit because I don't even think y'all gonna stop running y'all fucking mouths, and it's really starting to get to me. And at first, when I was listening to the shit, I was like, all right, whatever, okay, whatever. And then it's just like y'all really just starting to rub me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And David ain't gonna say shit. He's the type of man that is not going to address shit. He doesn't address anything. That's just how he is. But I'm going to address the shit. And I feel like I'm going to stop y'all equity because y'all been benefiting off of my husband for too fucking long. And then y'all getting online talking all this bullshit. And yes, it is bullshit. And I am definitely just going to stop that shit. So I'm just going to stop it. And y'all can just continue talking about my husband without the fucking benefits. How about that? So she get off or whatever. I'm like, baby, you want me to take the kids? So she's like, you can, but you have been really helping out with the babies, and I really appreciate that. So I'm like, you do? She's like, yes, and thank you for taking me out these past couple of days, because I really, really need it. I'm like, baby, I gotta ask you a question. She's like, yes. I'm like, look, when you was filming the season Wednesday, did you and Percy, did y'all do anything while y'all was filming? Look, I'm giving you a chance to tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because if I find out later on, it's not going to be a pretty sight. At least not for his ass. So she like, okay, the truth is, is that when I was filming the first season for Wednesday, the truth is, yes, we engaged in a few activities. I'm like, so why did you fucking lie to me and say you didn't? She's like, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, yes, we engaged in a few activities. I'm like, and what activities was it? She was like, sex. I mean, that's basically what it was, sex. David, it wasn't like that. Like, he was not going to be my boyfriend. It was just us having fun and just having sex. That's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. And I already told him that you're the man I love, David. So I'm like, It's like, David, I know I should have just told you the truth, but I didn't know how to really tell you. But You want to know, so there it is. And it's not like you're gonna be able to do that shit anyway, because you gonna be there, and he not that fucking stupid to do something that dumb. And I'm not interested in him. I got too much shit going on. David, all I'm saying is I love you, okay? And I made a mistake, and it's not gonna happen again. And since I've been back and stuff, I have not been seeing him or talking to him. You have to believe me, David. I'm like, yeah, I believe you. So we had sex and we cut up and stuff like that. And then I went and got the babies ready so they can come with me. And I remember getting into the car, and I remember who called me? Was it China and McClain? Yeah, it was Sky Jackson. So Sky Jackson called me, and she been calling me quite some time now. And if y'all don't know, Sky Jackson has a boyfriend. And when a girl got a boyfriend, I kind of lay off and let them be with their boyfriend. And occasionally I might beat the pussy up if I'm feeling up to it. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I want to go and tear them fucking cheeks up, I do it. But anyway, she calls me and she's like, David, you finally answered the damn phone. Where the hell you been at? Like, goddamn. I've been calling to see how you've been doing, and how your recovery is going and stuff. And nobody would let me come and see you. I'm like, oh really? It's like, David, please don't tell me you still got a fucking grudge on me being with this boy. Like, David, you know that you still have me no matter who I'm fucking dating. I'm like, I didn't say that I was holding a grudge. And when have you ever known me from holding a damn grudge, guy? I don't hold no damn grudges. She's like, well, how come I couldn't come and see you? How come they wouldn't let me see you? Your soldiers would not let me through those fucking doors. So how come that they wouldn't let me come and see you? It had to been because you didn't want to see me. And let's just be real, you ain't want to see me. I'm like, all right, yeah, I didn't want to see your ass. So she's like, okay, so why didn't you want to see me? I'm like, because I didn't want to see you because I just didn't feel like talking to you. I was in pain and stuff. She's like, oh really? I'm like, look, how's that little boyfriend treat you? She's like, David, why you always gotta bring him up? Why you always gotta go that far? I'm like, what you talking about? It's like, you always gotta do that. I'm like, dude, what? It's like, you always gotta go that damn far. Like, how is your boyfriend? And I know you being sarcastic. I'm like, I ain't being sarcastic. I really want to know how things going between you and your boo. She's like, David, okay, now I know you being sarcastic. So I'm like, no, but what you doing? She's like, well, I thought that maybe you would want to come and see me and hang out with me. I'm like, well, yeah, I can come and hang out with you. She's like, you ain't gonna stand me up, are you? I'm like, is your boyfriend gonna be there? It's like, now you know that would be awkward as shit. Why in the hell would I invite two boys that I really like to look at a movie? Like, that would be awkward and weird as shit. No, the fuck, you're not gonna be there. And stop asking dumb questions. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. She's like, be here at 8:30. Now it's the morning time, so you got a whole damn day to do whatever the fuck you gotta do. You literally got a whole damn day to do whatever. So you better come here, David, and don't stand me up. I'm like, I'm not gonna stand you up. She's like, you promise? I'm like, I promise, I'm not gonna stand you up. You still staying at that apartment? It's like, yes, I'm still staying at that apartment. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. It's like, I'm like, are you there now? It's like, yes, David, I'm here now. Like, if I was somewhere else, I would have told you. So I'm like, all right. It's like, all right, I'll see you well, I'll see you at 8:30. So I'm like, all right. It's like, all right. So her boyfriend calls up Scott Jackson, right? Soon as Scott Jackson get off the phone with me, her boyfriend calls her up. So he like, girl, I'm trying to go out on a date tonight, so you need to get ready. She's like, well, it's early in the morning, and how about we just go out today, like in the morning? How about we go out now? And you know what? I really got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm really not in the mood. I ain't really feeling too good today. Can we take a rain check? So he like, you don't feel like going out? So she's like, yeah, I'm really not up for it today. I'm just not really feeling good. It just, I don't know. Maybe I'm coming down with a 24-hour fever or something. I don't know. Just not feeling up for it today. So he's like, all right, well, I hope you get better. You want me to bring you stuff, like some tea or some soup and stuff? She was like, no, I already got that stuff here, but I'll talk to you later. I'm actually trying to get some rest anyway. I guess I've been working too hard. So she get off the phone with her boyfriend, and y'all know that she lied to her boyfriend. She definitely fucking lied. But some girls do that shit. It happens to the best of us. So I remember at the Sky Jackson get off the phone. Now I'm in the car and I am driving to see ASMR Darling. I've been, thinking about her a lot, and she is a really sweet girl. Now I'm on my way to go see her in China at McClain. She's like texting me more fucking photos. I don't know why she keep doing this shit to me, cause she know that I like looking at her body, but she like sending me all these photos and stuff, and even some videos of her getting a little bit X-rated. So I'm like, oh shit, damn, China at McClain, this girl know what she doing. So I call her up and I'm like still on my way to see, ASMR Darling. She like, David, I'm like, what's up? She's like, did you get those photos? I know you got them because that's probably why you called me. So I'm like, China, you gotta stop doing this shit. She's like, doing what? I thought you liked photos. I'm like, I do like photos, but you catching me off guard with this bitch. She's like, what? I'm like, you catching me off guard with these bitches. These are they too exclusive. It's like, oh, yeah, they too exclusive. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, on the phone with China, my other line beat, it's like one of my sisters. And I'm like, man, I really don't feel like hearing this shit. But I'm like, China, whatever you do, do not hang up the phone, baby. She's like, I'm not gonna hang up the phone. So I click over, I'm like, hello. So it's Candace. I'm like, Candace, I don't got time to talk right now. I'm in the car, I'm driving, and I'm on the other line. I'm talking to a girl, a famous girl. So she's like, yeah, I know she's probably famous, David, but you need to talk to your brother Jermaine. I'm like, why do I need to talk to him? So she's like, because he really going through it. You can't marry Nadia. You can't go through with that marriage. I'm like, man, I can go through whatever the fuck I want to go through. So she's like, David, I mean, don't you care about your brother? I'm like, man, that's dumb as shit. Yeah, of course I care about my damn brother. But look, the thing is that the deed is already done. The girl is pregnant with my babies. Is nothing anybody can do about that. It happened. And I do actually like Nadia. And Nadia likes me too. So, why the fuck y'all ambush Nadia like that? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why the fuck did mommy trick Nadia into coming seeing her, and then she come into all of y'all ambushing that girl? You know she ain't deserve that shit. So she's like, it wasn't even like that. I'm like, look, Candace, I'll talk to you later. So I hang up the phone. I'm not even thinking about what the hell Candace talking about. So I'm like, now China, you really gotta stop sending me those damn photos. She's like, I thought you would like them. I'm like, China, I like those photos. She's like, which one was your favorite one? So I'm like, I like all them bitches. She's like, you always say that. You know why you say that? Because you can't pick one. You're not being fair. I'm like, my favorite one though. She's like, which one is your favorite one? I'm like, my favorite one is when you doing it, when I'm like in person. It's like, well, I can make that happen. You gotta come and see me though. So I'm like, all right, I promise. She's like, all right. So I get off the phone with China at McClain. And as I'm on my way, I'm almost there, to ASMR Darling House. And Jennifer Lopez, if y'all don't know, Jennifer Lopez, no, Ashley Tisdale, if y'all don't know, Ashley Tisdale is married. She has a husband, but she has been really into me, and we have been seeing each other for like, I'm gonna say about a good 2 weeks now. And so she finally decided to tell her husband that she's just not really into it anymore. So she's like, in the bathroom, and her husband is steady calling her name and stuff like that. And she just looked like she was unhappy. She looked like she wasn't happy. She looked like she was drained of a lot of energy. And she was just standing there and getting up the courage to tell her husband what the fuck the deal is. So he busts in the door. He like, girl, I know you heard me calling you. Will you bring your ass? Come the hell on. I've been calling your ass for like 5 minutes straight. She's like, you know what? I can't take this shit no more. So he like, what do you mean you can't take this shit no more? What you talking about? She's like, I can't do this. This whole thing is just not working. So he's like, what's not working? You haven't been yourself these past couple of damn weeks. Where your mom been at? In space? So she's like, yeah, maybe it have. But you know what? I like it more there than fucking here. So he's like, so what are you saying? She's like, I'm saying I'm leaving. So he's like, you walk out and you ain't never gonna see your baby again. So she's like, you cannot keep me from my baby. You cannot keep me. You don't have evidence that I'm a bad parent. So you cannot keep me from my damn child. So he's like, you what? You bet yes the fuck I can. You walk your ass out right now and you ain't never gonna see his ass. So she's like, I will, and you're not. I take his ass right now. So he's like, you take him and I'll punch you right in your damn face. You can leave, what? But you are not leaving with our child. So she left or whatever. She didn't want to put up a fight with that nigga. She left. But she was crying in the car because he's threatened to not, he's threatened the whole thing that that she can't see the kids. Now, Ashley Tisdale, she is definitely, I'm gonna say she's very strong because I never seen a girl just up and just walk the hell out on a relationship that quick. But she been with him for like years. She been with him for a long time. So I guess I don't know what was going on with Ashley Tisdale and her husband. I can't really speak on that. But I know she called her mom up. She's like, Mom, I need you to do me a favor. So she's like, who's this? She's like, it's your daughter. It's Ashley Tisdale. So she's like, oh, a girl, what's going on? So she's like, Mom, look, whatever my husband say to you, do not listen to him. You go and I need you to go and pick up your grandson. So she like, what, you want me to go pick my grandson up? She like, go get his ass right now. I need you to go pick him up. Can you do that for me? So she's like, why can't you just go get him? So she's like, because we just got into an argument. Can you please just go get your grandson? So she like, okay, I'll go get him. So she's like, and don't tell him that I sent you. Just say that you wanted to spend some time with him, okay? So she like, okay, but ain't he gonna know something's wrong if I show up and ask for the baby? So she like, no, wait a few hours and then go get him. So she's like, all right, okay. So she hangs up the phone with her mom, and that whole situation is happening. Now, I do remember that I had to go deal with Zendaya. Eventually, I would have to deal with Zendaya and her shit. But I went to go see ASMR Darling. She opened the door. She's like, oh my God, you brought the babies. They are so cute. You brought the babies. I'm like, I definitely brought the babies. So she's like, they are so cute. They get cuter and cuter by the minute. They are so adorable. I'm so obsessed with these babies. So she's like, can I post some pictures with them on my Instagram? I'm like, you can't do that. The mother, Jenna Ortega, she don't like that when girls like post pictures with our kids. She's like, I understand, I get it. I was like, you get it? She's like, yeah, I understand. I mean, I would be the same way if you got me pregnant. I wouldn't want random girls taking pictures with our babies either. I mean, I get it. So she's like, but they are cute. I can still hold them, right? I'm like, yeah, you can hold them. You just can't post them on social media. She's like, that's fine. So she's holding them and playing around with them and stuff like that. And she's like, all right, now, David, you told me that you wanted me to dress up as an avatar, but I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Like, do you mean like the movie Avatar? I'm like, that's what I mean. Like, what the hell you thought I mean? She's like, all right, so you want me to be a blue avatar? Because I can be any color you want. I could be a blue avatar, a red avatar, an orange avatar. I can be any damn avatar you want me to be. So I'm like, she like, what's your favorite color? So like my favorite color is I love black, but I do love brown. But my favorite color is red. It's like I can be a red avatar. I'm like a red avatar. It's like yeah, if you want me to be a red avatar, I'm like okay. That I mean, actually, that would kind of be kind of cool. Yeah, be a red avatar. It's like a red one. That's gonna take a little time to spray paint my whole damn body like that, but okay, I can do that. Sure. So she changed herself into a red avatar, and she really did it. She spray painted her whole body red and put on a wig and all that stuff. She really went all out. She did it though. She put in contacts and everything. I was like, damn. But yeah, we had sex. We role played. We did some role playing and made some videos, like some porno videos and stuff. That's what we do. And I can tell that this time she was really more comfortable with doing it. And she wasn't like, because at first, when we first started to do it, she kept looking back at the babies. But this time, she just went right into the character. So that was kind of cool. So I'm like, yeah, you wasn't all stiff this time. It's like, yeah, well, I'm getting used to it. So I'm like, yo, you really do look like an avatar. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like, I do. I'm like, yeah, you really do look like a damn avatar. So I remember ASMR Darling was like, you want to get on Twitch? I mean, if you want to. I mean, if you don't, I mean, I understand. I'm like, no, we don't gotta get on Twitch. Let's look at some movies. Like, I always wanted to like kind of cook for you as like an avatar or any character you wanted me to be. I always wanted to like cook for you as like me being in costume. I'm like, okay, you can do that. She's like, you ain't gonna stop me, like, start having sex with me after I do it, are you? I'm like, no, why would I do that? She's like, all right. So I remember she was cooking, but she was looking good though. She had her panties on, and I love girls when they wear their panties. That's my thing. So I remember now Nadia, she gets a phone call from Sister Leah. Now, if y'all know, I have been dating Sister Leah. I know y'all probably forgot about that, but yeah, me and Sister Leah have been dating and stuff. So I guess Sister Leah had kind of found out about Nadia and me. She wasn't too happy about it, so she called up Nadia and she's like, you definitely need to, leave David alone. She's like, who is this? She was like, it's Sister Leah. So she's like, okay, why do I need to leave him alone? She's like, because me and David are dating. So she's like, okay, look, I don't know who put you up to this, but me and David are really in love, and I really don't got time for this shit. Why is everybody calling my phone playing all these fucking games? So she was like, nah, Dad, ain't nobody playing games. Me and David have been dating. So she was like, well, even if y'all were dating, y'all not dating now, and I'm his girlfriend, so please just let it go. So she's like, I'm not going to let it go because I'm not letting him go. He still come and see me and we still hang out. So she was like, okay, I don't know anything about that. He haven't told me anything about that. So I'm not even going to take your fucking word for it because every time that I see him, he spent a lot of time with me. So I don't know what you're talking about, and I know you probably just saying this shit to get under my skin. She's like, ain't nobody saying nothing to get under your skin. All you gotta do is ask David about me, and I guarantee you that he'll tell you the truth. She's like, okay, and even if he do tell me that y'all two were dating, that's not gonna change any damn thing. So what? Okay, he used to date you, and okay. So she hang up the phone. And her sister's like, nah, dear, what's going on? She's like, I'm so tired of these fucking girls calling my phone, telling me to leave David alone. It is like too many girls, and then it's celebrity girls all in my DMs and stuff. So she's like, yeah, David is really damn famous. He wasn't famous before, but he is definitely a big ass celebrity now. Over the years, the man then grew a huge ass lot. So she was like, so her sister was like, over the years, David then grew a fucking huge ass fan base. So it's not like in the oldie days when he ain't had no damn fans. He got a lot of girls that like him. So she's like, okay, but so fucking what? This shit is crazy. So her sister like, look, nah, dear, I think it's probably best if you leave him alone. I mean, like these girls ain't gonna stop until you actually stop dating them. So she's like, I'm not giving them the satisfaction. I'm going to keep dating them and we're going to get married and I'm just going to piss them off more. So it is what it is. If I stop dating David, then they fucking won. I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. So she was like, who you say that was again? She was like, Sister Aaliyah. She was like, Sister Aaliyah. Majida called my phone not too long ago. She's like, Sister Majida? She's like, yeah. She's like, Majida said that David and them were dating and they was out, or he took her out on a date last night. So she's like, what? Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, maybe I do need to have a talk with David. Maybe I need to have a talk with him because why would Sister Majida lie about that? She's not a liar. So now Sister Nadia is starting to see that I used to date these other sisters. But I mean, it shouldn't be a damn surprise to her. You know what I'm saying? So all I remember is, with Answer My Darling. She's like, David, you know what? I ain't even make the damn food. You just keep on having sex with me. You know what? I'm not even gonna be able to finish the shit because you get too damn horny so fast. I'm like, I know. She's like, you are a sexaholic. I'm like, and you're not a sexaholic. She's like, okay, maybe I am very into that stuff too. That's because you are programming me this way. I'm like, it's like I have never been the one that just thought about sex all the time. And now you got me thinking about it like all the time. I'm like, oh, I do. She's like, yes, you do. And so I'm like, I'm like, have you ever got drunk before? It's like, yeah, I got drunk before. I don't really like getting drunk like that anymore because when you get really, really pissy drunk, there's people that love to take advantage of you when you really, really pissy drunk. Like fuck you and have sex with you and have their way with you because they like you're really drunk, so you don't know what you're doing. It's not like you really gonna fight back. You know, so yeah, I really don't like to get pissy drunk anymore because like especially around other males that I really don't know because if you get pissy drunk around males you don't know, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna try to take advantage of you and fuck you and all that stuff. Basically, they're raping you because it's not like you're really giving them consent to fuck you because you are not that well and you're not aware that this is actually happening. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, so one time I got really pissy drunk and this dude, these guys that I was like hanging around, because I knew some of the guys, but they let this shit happen. Like they let the other guys have their way with me, and it was only two of them. But it doesn't matter. It's the fact that they let that shit happen, and I'm never gonna forgive them for that shit. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah. So I really, if I do drink, I always try to minimize what I drink and what I put in my system because I know if I drink a little bit too much that I am capable of doing any fucking thing when I'm drunk. So I haven't drunk in a very, very long time, and I really don't think I'm gonna start drinking right now at this moment. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like, yeah. So I remember, we started kissing, me and ASMR darling, getting it in. And I gotta tell y'all, like, yo, this girl is beautiful. Now, after I was done with ASMR darling, I was on my way to see China at McClain. But before I went to go see her, I had to go stop to see Zendaya. So Zendaya opens the door, right? And she's like, "Oh, you brought the babies. Can I hold them?" Like, you can't hold these fucking babies. She's like, "Why are you being so much of?" She's like, "Why are you being so fucking mean?" I'm like, Zendaya, I'm gonna ask you one damn question. It's like, what? I'm like, did you take photos and videos and post it to your Instagram with my babies? She's like, yeah. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? You know goddamn well that Jenna Ortega would see that shit. Y'all two are not fucking cool. So why would you think that would be funny to fucking do? She's like, I never said it was funny to do. I'm like, but why would you do that? She's like, I didn't think it would be a problem. I'm like, you knew goddamn well it would be a problem. She's like, oh, so now you down my ass? I'm like, look, Zendaya, you cannot be doing shit like that. She's like, fine, I don't fuck. Okay, then I won't touch the babies. I'm like, you can hold the babies, you just can't fucking film them. She's like, you know what? That girl Jenna is a bitch. Why is she such a bitch? I'm like, because you are doing that shit to spite her ass. You know goddamn well that she was gonna see those videos, and y'all know that y'all not on good terms. So if she's seeing an enemy of hers holding her baby, how the fuck you really think she gonna react to that shit? You think she gonna react like she happy? So she like, I mean, I guess I get what you're saying, David. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to you, not to that bitch. I'm apologizing to you because you the father. I'm sorry, David. It won't happen again. I'm like, good. She's like, now, can you have sex with me as soon as you here? I'm like, you ever done a porno before? It's like, no. I'm like, yeah, well, do you want to do one? She's like, David, what type of fucking question is that? Do I want to do a porno with you? Are you going to show it to everybody? I'm like, no. What kind of question is that? So she's like, fine, okay. Wait, the baby's not going to be in this shit, is he? I'm like, why the fuck would I put my damn twin daughters in this shit? You think I'm that freaky? So she's like, all right. Well, get your camera, David. We ain't putting it on mine. So I get my camera and she's like, okay. I'm like, put on a costume for me. She's like, David, you are really asking for too much. I'm like, what? She's like, you want me to do a porno? I'm gonna do it, but damn, you want me to put on costumes and shit? I'm like, yeah, put on a damn costume. Make me feel. She's like, make you feel what? I'm like, make me feel alive. Get me lit. So she like, get you lit. I get you lit all the damn time. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm like, Zendaya, just put on a damn costume. She's like, I don't have a damn costume. I'm like, yes, you do. Now you being a hard ass. She's like, a hard ass. I'm like, now you up there. She's like, I ain't got no dick. I'm like, You know damn well I ain't gay. She's like, David, I ain't got no costumes. I'm like, now you're not corroborating. She's like, corroborating? David, I don't got no costumes. I don't know what you're talking about. What costumes would you want me to put on? Because I don't got one. So I'm like, I'm looking in your closet and I see a lot of damn costumes. It's like, fine, David, what do you want me to fucking put on, David? What do you want me to put on? So she was like, David, why would you want me to dress like that? I'm like what? She's like, you don't even like the show, so why would you want me to put that outfit on? I'm like, just put it on. She's like, you are so suck. You are sick in the head, David. You really fucking sick in the head. I really be wanting to think what you be thinking about when you be doing shit. Like, why would you want me to put this shit on? So I'm like, just put it on. It's like, fine, whatever. So she put it on or whatever like that. And she's like, David, you're such a nasty ass person. I'm like, and so what? She's like, wait, I gotta put the makeup on to look more. If you want me to really get into this character, let me put some makeup on to make it look more realistic. So she put the makeup on and stuff, and she's like, okay, you happy now? So I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. She's like, okay, roll the camera, David. Oh my God, I cannot believe that I'm doing this shit. So she did it or whatever, and we had sex or whatever like that, which was really good. It was good as shit. I'm not gonna lie. She was moaning pretty loud, but yeah, it was really good. She's like, David, I cannot believe that we actually did that shit. A real porno. Let me see it. So she looked at it and she was like, David, this is incredible. This is a real sex tape. It's really good though. I'm like, you like it? It's like, I thought it would be kind of cringy, but I like it. In a weird way, I actually like this shit. I'm like, you did? She's like, yeah, it's actually not that bad. I mean, as far as you like breaking my back in, but that's what you do. I'm like, yeah, it's like, but anyway, that shit is really good. I like it. So she's like, you promise you're not gonna show anybody? I'm like, I promise. This is between. She's like, it ain't gonna get leaked. You promise me it's not gonna get leaked. I'm like, I promise you that this footage is not gonna get leaked. I promise. She's like, you promise? I'm like, I promise. Like, cause this will fuck up my career. I'm like, didn't I say I promise? She's like, all right, I believe you. So, we kissing. She wanted to, cook for me. She wanted to make some type of smoothie for me, and I mean, smoothies are good, I guess. And she made the smoothie, but I ended up having sex with her instead of drinking the smoothie. And she was like, David, you are so damn lucky I did what I did with your damn daughters. Because, that's the only reason why I did it. Because I owed you and I love you. But David, I would never do that with any other boy. I'm like, is it any other boys? It's like, no. I'm like, you lying to me. She's like, I am not lying to you. So I'm like, mm-hmm. It's like, oh, so now you don't believe me. She's like, you the one that's afraid to go public. I'm like, yeah, I am not afraid to go public. She's like, yes, you are. You're afraid. You're afraid. I'm like, I'm not afraid, Zendaya. It's like, if you're not afraid, then let's go public right now. So I'm like, I gotta make a run. She's like, oh, now you gotta leave. When I say let's go public, now you gotta leave. I'm like, baby, I really do gotta take a run. She's like, oh, now you gotta take a run. I'm like, I'll be back, I promise. It's like, all right. So I remember I'm in the car and Nadia calls me. She's like, David. I'm like, who is this? She's like, your girlfriend, Nadia. She's like, your pregnant girlfriend? I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? She's like, David, did you used to date Sister Majida? I'm like, did I used to date her? She's like, yeah, did you used to date her? Did you take her out on a date last night? I'm like, yeah, I was with her last night. She's like, what? Okay, what about Sister Leah? I'm like, yeah, Sister Leah too. Not at the same time, but yeah, it's like, okay, well, we're getting married. What the fuck? So I'm like, okay, I see where this can be a problem. She's like, yeah, this is a really big problem. I mean, like, what's going on? I'm not the girl you want. I'm like, yeah, you is the girl I want. She's like, so why are you hanging out with them? I'm like, I'm hanging out with them because before you came into the picture, I was already hanging out with them. She was like, okay, but David, I really, really like you. I'm like, I like you too. I do. She's like, okay, I guess I have no choice but to let this shit ride. But I do want to say this shit. Can you tell Sister Leah not to call my phone no more? Can you please tell her to stop calling my phone? I'm like, yeah, I can tell her that. She's like, yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Are you coming? Are you bringing the babies? I'm like, yeah, I'll bring the babies. She's like, all right, well, I'll see you when you get here. I'm like, you mad, huh? It's like, I'm not mad, but I'm happy that you told me the truth and you didn't hide it. So I'll just see you in a few hours. I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right. So I get on the phone with Nadia, and her sister's like, you just gonna let him? You gonna let him slide like that? So she's like, I mean, he was already dating those girls before we even started doing anything. I can't really say anything. I mean, like he already has a ton of girlfriends. He had that before we started dating. So it's not really anything I can do. So she was like, we're not even married yet. And when we do get married, things will kind of change over time. But for right now, I gotta let the shit ride. So they like, yeah, maybe you got a point there. I mean, he is a big ass celebrity. She's like, yeah, I mean, David is with me most of the damn time. So it's like, I'm not really feeling threatened by that, but it is what it is. And I just blocked Sister Leah from calling me. She's like, so if you just blocked her, why did you tell David to tell her to stop calling your phone? She's like, so she can not call my phone. She can call my phone from like a different number. She can use somebody else's phone to call my phone. She don't have to use her phone to call my phone. So she's like, oh yeah, you do got a point there. She's like, yeah, so yeah, he still needs to tell her to not call me because I don't want to fucking deal with her shit. And I don't feel like arguing with these goddamn girls. So I remember I go see China at McClain, right? So China, she opens the door and she's like, "You brought the babies again. They are so cute." So I'm like, "Okay." It's like, David, oh my God, let me go put some clothes on. I thought you was by yourself. So she go put on a robe or whatever. It's like, I did not know that you was bringing those damn babies. So she's like, "Oh, so I guess we can't do anything." I'm like, China, who said we couldn't do nothing? It's like, okay. I'm like, look, take the babies upstairs. I'm getting a phone call. She's like, all right. So it was Jennifer Lopez, and I answered the phone. I'm like, hey, what's going on, Jennifer? So she's like, David, I just ran away. I'm like, what do you mean you just ran away? You just ran away from where? She's like, from home. I'm like, you ain't no little ass kid. You're a grown ass woman. How the hell you gonna run away from something? She's like, David, my damn team is getting on my nerves. They don't understand that I'm in love with you and I'm pregnant. I'm like, what the hell you just say? She's like, I'm like 3 weeks pregnant. Oh damn, David, I didn't even I didn't want to tell you this way. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold up. What do you mean you pregnant? It's like, I mean, like I'm pregnant, like we're having a baby. So I'm like, oh, okay, but you're married though still. It's like, we're getting a divorce. I'm like, y'all are. It's like, David, when you see me and my husband at events, that is for PR. We're not together. We're really literally not together. I'm like, y'all not. It's like, no, we're not together. We're separated really. But we don't like people in our business and we ain't want nobody talking about our business online. So yeah, every time we got a red carpet to go to or an event, we go together like we're married, but in reality we hate each other. So I'm like, I guess that makes sense. She's like, yeah, but I wanna see you, and I know you was gonna come and see me, so that's why I called you so you would know that I'm not there. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm gonna send you the directions to where I'm at right now. Okay? I'm like, all right. She's like, all right. So I remember get off the phone with Jennifer Lopez. Now Jennifer, she's getting very clingy, very attached to me, which I mean, I kind of, well, I knew that it was happening, but I really like Jennifer Lopez. She is really cool. But I just remember China at McClain, like, David, you coming upstairs? So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm in a damn wheelchair. She's like, oh, damn, I forgot, baby. Hold on, here I come. So she's like, come on, I got you. So we get upstairs, whatever. And she's like, David, what are you doing with a camera in your damn hand? So I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you have like, it's a camera. I'm like, oh, I was gonna ask you something. She's like, what was you gonna ask me? What you like gonna be like Jeffrey Dahmer? I'm like, now, why would you say that shit? She's like, what? I'm like, why would you say I'm like Jeffrey Dahmer? She's like, I ain't say you was like Jeffrey Dahmer. I said, are you gonna be like you know what? I shouldn't have said that shit. That was really fucking wrong of me to say. I'm sorry. What you got the camera for? So I'm like, now I want to ask you, have you ever did a porno before? She's like, a porno movie? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you mean like a sex tape? I'm like, yeah. It's like, no, I never did that shit before. So I'm like, oh. Well, I was just wondering if we could do it. She's like, a sex tape. I'm like, yeah, I mean, a sex tape, me and you. She's like, but that depends. If is anybody gonna see this shit? I'm like, no, nobody's gonna see it. I promise. She's like, you promise me that nobody's gonna see this, but just me and you. You promise? I'm like, I promise. She's like, cause I kind of like suck your thing and stuff. I'm like, I know what you do. She's like, and you promise me that nobody is gonna see this. It's not gonna get leaked on no sites or nothing. You promise me. I'm like, I promise. So she's like, okay, all right. I'm like, then you got any costumes? She's like, I got a lot of costumes. I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah, but you want me to put on one? I'm like, yeah, I want you to wear one. She's like, which, okay, what do you want me to wear? So she puts on this costume for me and stuff. And she's like, okay, I gotta put the makeup on, so I'm not all the way done with the costume. Hold on. So she put the makeup on. She did it. She definitely did it. She's like, David, I'm so damn nervous. I'm like, well, it's like I never did a sex tape before. I'm like, okay, it's your first time. She's like, and I know your ass did sex tapes. Just look at all them damn movies you didn't start in. They like sex tapes in general. I'm like, okay. She's like, I know you ain't nervous doing this shit. This like a walk in the park for you. So I'm like, you ain't gotta slap me like that. It's like I ain't sliding you. I'm just saying you ain't nervous like I am. I never did sex tapes before, and I never did sex scenes before either. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, yeah, I never done this shit before. So yeah, I am a little bit nervous. So she's like, all right, let me stop. Let me stop shaking. You can press record now. I'm like, I can't. She's like, yeah, go ahead, David. So I pressed record, and she got into her character. It took her a little minute to get into her character because she was fucking nervous and shit. You had to see the look on her face. It was kind of funny because when she first started, she was kind of like stumbling over her words and stuff, and I kept laughing. She's like, David, why you keep laughing? Because it was funny. Like, it was really funny. But then after a while, she did kind of get into it, and then we actually went through with the sex tape or whatever. So it was really good. And she was like, David, why would you laugh in the beginning? I'm like, it was funny seeing you get into your character. You was really nervous. She's like, David, that's because I have never done a fucking sex tape before and I was scared as shit. I'm like, okay. So, and first of all, I kept thinking about, like, what if this shit get leaked? What if people see this shit? I don't want people to see me getting fucked. I'm like, okay. It's like, that's my private life. Like, I don't want nobody seeing me getting dick down. I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah, that's my private life. Like, like, I don't want people to see that shit, that side of me. I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah. So that's why I was so fucking damn stiff and stuff. I'm like, okay. It's like, but I know that you wouldn't leak it, so that's why I went through with it because I don't think you would do that. You say you're not gonna leak it, I believe you. So she was like, I'm like, so you coming back to acting, huh? I was like, well, I ain't gonna lie. I am, but mainly just to do this movie with you because I really think you're awesome and I really think you're amazing. And just spending all this time with you just let me know what type of character you are in general. I mean, you do love a lot of sex. I'm learning that about you. And I mean, I am into that stuff too. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. But it's like just learning more things about you, let me know. And I do love music, and a lot of people be asking me like, why you stop doing music? Because you can really sing and stuff like that. Like, why did you stop doing music? And I felt like I stopped doing music because the whole business in general is demonic. Like, it literally is. Like, I was saying Acting is not that bad, being in Hollywood and acting and playing in movies and stuff, because you kind of can pick the roles that you want to play. But when you are like a singer and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. Like that road is totally different, and I just wasn't ready to go down that road. And so was my sisters. Like when I stopped being in the group with my sisters, they didn't know why I stopped being in the group. They didn't know why I felt the way I felt. The more that they was in that music industry with just them two, they started to see what I was saying all along. And then they just stopped doing music too. And they started getting into the acting as well. But the music shit ain't for everybody. And I just, I can sing and I will sing if I feel like I want to sing a certain song, I'll sing it. And I'm not desperate to win a fucking Grammy or anything. Ain't that desperate. Like, I'm good. Like I am totally good, and I'm still, I'm like, but did y'all do the Descendants 4 thing? It's like the movie. I'm like, yeah, it's like it's already done. We been stopped. We been done filming that movie. That movie is done. Descendants 4 is done. They we just waiting for it to come out, but yeah, it is definitely done. I'm like, Descendants 4 is done. It's like, yep, it is done. Yep, it's finished. It's done. Um, and I'm singing in that too, but yeah, I just really don't think that the whole pop star life is for me. So I remember we did end up having sex again, me and China McClain. And China McClain got a lot of beliefs, like what she believed in and stuff like that. And I love that about China, that she's like really passionate about a lot of shit. So now I'm in the car with my babies. I'm on my way. Let's see, Scott Jackson. Even though it wasn't really it wasn't 8 o'clock at night. It wasn't even at night. It was like in the afternoon. She's like, David, I thought you was coming at 8. I'm like, yeah. It's like I was still setting everything up. You know what? Wait, you got the babies? I'm like, yeah. It's like, is that your and Jenna Ortega babies? I'm like, yeah. It's like they're really pretty babies. They look like you, but they light as hell, like her. Okay, yeah, they definitely are kids. I'm like, yeah, it's like, well, wow. So she was like, can I hold one of them? I'm like, yeah, you can hold one of them, just don't film them. She's like, no, I know why you said that, but I ain't gonna film them. So she hold one of the babies and stuff, and she's like, these babies are so cute. They are so adorable. So it's like, okay, all right, let me get up. Okay, this is the movie that I want us to watch. I'm like, okay, it's like David, if you would have stood me up, I would have been so pissed off at you. So I had to change the babies and feed them and stuff. And Scott Jackson, she did help me with that shit. And so, I remember um, after I was done, with the babies, I let them play with the toys, and I took Scott Jackson into the bathroom. It's like, David, we supposed to be looking at a movie. I'm like, Scott, I want to look at you. It's like, you want to look at me. I'm like, yeah. It's like, what are you talking about? You know I have a boyfriend. I'm like, now you know that I don't give a damn about that. She's like, so what is that to me? She's like, what is that supposed to mean? You gonna fuck me anyway? So I'm like, I mean, I ain't come all this way not to get no pussy now. She's like, oh, really? So I just have to give it to you. Like, it's mandatory that I open my legs up to you. I'm like, so you ain't gonna let me beat it up? It's like, I never said that I'm not gonna let you beat it up, but I'm just asking you, what did you think was gonna happen, sir? I'm like, I already told you. She's like, you didn't already tell me shit. And here's the time to tell me what you thought was gonna happen today. So I'm like, I already told you. You already see what I'm trying to do. So you know what I was thinking. She's like, David, all right, I'm fucking with you. I know. So we kissing, whatever, right? And we ended up having sex in the bathroom. And oh, it was so good. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's been a while since I had sex with Scott Jackson. So it was really good. And it was definitely well worth the wait. So yeah, we made love or whatever. And it was good. And she was missing it. Oh yeah, because can't nobody beat it up like I beat it up. I don't care if a nigga can hold their nut for 5 minutes. They can't do it like me. I fuck for a whole hour. There's no nigga that can fuck a girl for a whole hour. I'm talking about an hour straight of stroking. There's no nigga that can do that. I'm telling you that right now. Niggas claim they can do that, but there's no way they can do that. Not like me. You know what I'm saying? So she was missing it, the all the times I beat it up and stuff like that, you can tell. So after we was done, she was like, David, oh my God, I've really been missing this shit. Like, oh my God, like my boyfriend comes so quick. He comes quick. Like, oh my God, he's just like, I ain't trying to call him like a 1 minute man. I ain't trying to call him that, but he definitely nuts pretty quick. So I'm like, okay, it's like, yeah, I've been missing this shit. Cause I need to come too. Like you need to make me nut too. Like I need to come too. I need to pleasure my damn self too. You ain't the only one that need to pleasure your damn self. I need that shit too. Like goddamn. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I feel you. So like sometimes he make me come. It all depends on, I guess, how horny he is. But most of the time he is really coming like extremely fast. Yeah, he can't hold out. So I'm like, I was thinking. She's like, what was you thinking about? I'm like, I was thinking like, what if you be my girlfriend again? She's like, oh, your girlfriend again? I'm like, yeah. She's like, but what about my current boyfriend that I'm dating? Like, what about him? What happens to him? I'm like, you can still stay with him, but just, it's like, you mean like me being like your secret girlfriend? Nobody knows about it. Okay, I mean, yeah, we can do that. I'm like, you sure? It's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, because that way, I mean, it's not in the public eye. Nobody can call me a hoe or whatever, and nobody knows what we're doing. It's none of their business to know to know what we're doing. But yeah, I'll be your secret girlfriend. That. Yeah, I like that. I like the sound of that. But listen, when my boyfriend is over here, you can't get mad when I tell you he's over here. Okay, you can't get mad and catch an attitude. Okay, I will get him out as fast as I can so you can come and see me and spend time with me too. Okay, I'm like, you'll do that for me. He's like, of course I'll do that for you, but you can't get mad when I tell you that he's here. You can't get mad if I tell you, oh, we're out on a date or, we're out doing this. You can't get upset, okay? Because I can't get mad if you're with your girlfriend or with whoever you're with. I can't get mad at you, you know? But just make time for me. I'm like, yeah, I can definitely do that. It's like, all right, so I guess that is official. I'm like, you know what I want to do in here? It's like, what? Why did you bring that camera in this bathroom? So I'm like, I was trying to make a porno with you. She's like, the camera's already on. I'm like, yeah, I was filming us while we were having sex. She's like, but it's dark in here. I'm like, yeah, but the camera has a light. So look, let me show you. She's like, oh, you can actually see us having sex. I mean, you can kind of tell it's me. I mean, but it's so dark in the bathroom. You can kind of tell it's me. But I mean, you got to really look at it though. I'm like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, wow, that is crazy. That's a really good camera. I'm like, you're not mad at me. Or it's like, David, I know you're not gonna leak this shit. I know you're not gonna sell it to some damn body. I already know you're not gonna do that. So I'm not really worried about, you filming us. Like, if it was somebody else, yeah, I would be worried about that shit. But since I know your character, I know you're not gonna leak it to the press, or I don't have to worry about seeing it on porno sites. So I'm not mad at that. I'm like, you sure? Because I want to make another one. It's like, okay, all right, but in the same position, or you want to change it up? I'm like, yeah, we can change it up. It's like, okay. So we did another porno in the bathroom, and it was really good. I'm telling you, she really didn't care. She was like one of the girls that wasn't so nervous to do anything. She was actually cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, can I ask you a question? She's like, you want to ask me a question? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, what's the question? I'm like, so how is your relationship with Brooklyn? She's like, the YouTuber Brooklyn? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I mean, and how you feel about his brother? Like, he like you and stuff. She's like, David, lots of fucking boys like me and have crushes on me. I can't do nothing about that shit. But he ain't my damn type. Like, Deshae is not my type. He's too damn goofy. And I ain't want to tell Brooklyn that because that's her brother. Like, I ain't really want to tell her how I really felt because I ain't want her to feel a certain way. But her brother is a fucking clown to me. He is a fucking goofball. He's so fucking. He's just corny. Like I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I just don't like how he's always trying to like make videos out of stuff. He's just like he's not funny. I feel like he be trying too hard to be funny and he's just not. He's just not funny to me. I don't know who really be thinking this dude is funny, but he is not funny to me. I don't like his videos. His videos is boring. And yeah, he's just not my damn type. He's a clown, and I didn't want to tell Brooklyn that because that's her brother. I didn't want to tell Brooklyn, look, your brother's a fucking clown. Like, he's a clown, and you need to stop making them fucking videos. I feel like he be trying too hard. Like, I really do. When you got a comedian and you can tell that they trying too hard, like if they're in a movie, you can tell that they trying too hard to be funny, and then the other people that's not trying too hard, they just naturally funny. I'm like, yeah, it's like that. It's like he's trying too hard to be funny, and it's like it's not. You're not really cutting it. Like you're not. I feel like I feel like in general, David. If you want me to be honest with you, I feel like Deshae, DDG, all of them. I think, and I really don't have a problem with them, but this is my opinion, and I'm going to stick to this shit. I think all of them fucking clowns. Now, don't get me wrong. DDG got a nice little girlfriend, Haley Bailey. She's such a sweetheart. She is a really nice girl. But he's a fucking clown. Like, I really do not see what she sees in him. Like, when I look at Haley, I be like, what do you really see in DDG? Like, what do you see in this nigga? You know what I mean? Like, the nigga is too damn cocky. He's too damn conceited. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know what she sees in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just my honest damn opinion. Like, I really do not know what she sees in that shit. And why did she let him pimp her out like that? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, why do you want to be in his fucking videos? That girl can be a huge ass star, and she up there being in YouTube videos and shit. And I just feel like he pimping her out. He is really fucking up her career, and that's literally my fucking opinion. He can say that he not fucking her career up, but I definitely dig the statistics, and his views have went down. His views for his videos have went down, and they don't get as much likes as they used to get. You know, his music is not really like popping like that. Like, cause he used to have some good music, but his music has not been popping like that. And Haley just haven't been on her shit. The only good shit she got going for her is that fucking that Little Mermaid movie. That's the only good shit she has going for her. But other than that, that's it. That's it. That's all she can say is I got a Little Mermaid movie coming. That's it. You know what I mean? So it's like yeah, DDG is really fucking up that girl career. She has so much potential, and so do Chloe, and Chloe do too. But it's like both of them girls are dumbasses, and that's my opinion. They are stupid ass girls, and I feel like that's why they not popping off like that because they really could be huge. They can be big as shit, but they let other people take advantage of them, and that's fucking up their career pretty much. And that's just how, and I feel like they are very talented girls. They can sing, they can do all that, they can act and all that. But Haley, you should not be, you shouldn't even want to be in a video with DDG. Even though that's your boyfriend, I know you want to support him. You should be like, that's your thing. That's your thing. You should do the fucking YouTube blog thing, but I don't want to be in it because, that's your thing. And I feel like for him putting his girlfriend in there, I think that's more than stupid because not only are you fucking that girl career up, but you making people think that she's a YouTuber now. The girl got a fucking YouTube channel doing little vlogs and stuff. So it's like, I mean, she's far gone at this point, and I'm pretty sure he's probably fucking the shit. He's probably fucking the shit out of that girl. He's piping her down, so she's far gone at this point. So it wouldn't matter what I say. The girl's still gonna be in his videos, whatever. But I feel like she could have been a lot more than what she is right now. But that's their business. That's their problem. I mean, that's his girl. He can treat his girl how he wants to. But that's how I feel. And Deshae is just a fucking clown, and he tries too hard. to make people laugh, and he just needs to sit his ass the fuck down. Like that's just how I feel. Like he literally tries too hard. I feel like he needs to really like scale back on how he do shit. Cause he's just over the top all the time, and people don't need that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he just be a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit too much, and he be strange as shit. Like, why do you want to know what your fucking sister doing with another dude? Why do you want to know if she's having sex with another dude? Why is that any of your fucking concern, nigga? Why are you worried about that shit? That is weird. That is some weird shit. Like, why are you worried about if your sister is fucking somebody? Why are you getting upset about that? You're gonna know that every sister is gonna end up getting clapped. That's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna have to understand that everybody's sister at some point in time ends up getting fucked. So what makes you think that your sister would be any damn different? So I'm like, yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah. So it's like, and then what really got me in that particular video, he gonna tell the dude, "Oh, she looked like me, so that means you fucking me." I'm like, yo, that was some really gay ass shit to say. Like, why would you say some gay ass shit like that? Like, I don't really think Brooklyn looks like Deshae. I really don't think he. I don't think she looked like Deshae. I really don't. I think she looked like her damn self, but they kind of favor each other, but not like they look exactly like. Like they don't look alike. But for him to say that to that dude, that shit was gay. That shit was some real gay ass shit. So it's like, yeah, yeah, that's cute. He liked me, whatever, but he is definitely not on my radar. He is not on my radar. He will never be on my fucking radar. And that's definitely where the fuck I'm gonna leave it. So I'm like, okay. So like, yeah, but you on my radar. I'm like, oh, I'm on your radar. It's like, yeah, am I on your radar? I'm like, yeah, you definitely on my radar. You know what I'm trying to do? It's like, what you trying to do? I'm like, I want to get you pregnant, but you ain't ready for that. It's like, who said I wasn't ready for that? So I remember me and Scott Jackson did end up having sex, which was really good. And we spent a lot of time together. So when I left from Scott Jackson, Brooklyn wanted Scott Jackson to come over there and hang out with her brothers and with her brother and her friends and stuff. And Scott Jackson finally just decided, I don't know if she just had the balls to say it, but she just was on the phone. She's like, I ain't gonna lie, but your brother's a clown. So she's like, what? What did she say? She's like, I ain't want to say that shit when we was doing the Q&A shit, that video we was doing. I ain't want to say that shit then, but I'm gonna say it now. I really am not fucking with your brother, and your brother always do shit for views, and I really don't have time for it. If I was to come there right now, I know exactly what the fuck your brother would do. Your clown ass brother would make a video saying Scott Jackson likes me, and I really don't feel like putting his ass in his place. So please do not put me in that position where I gotta fucking air out your brother. So she like, all right, you know what? You don't gotta come. She's like, thank you. We still cool though, right? It's like, yeah, we cool. So she's like, you ain't mad at me. Look, this is just how I feel. And you know that's how your brother is. So she's like, he is like that. You right. So she hung up the phone and Brooklyn was like, she ain't coming. So Deshae like, why she ain't coming? So Brooklyn like, because of you. So he like, because of me. I ain't do nothing to that fucking girl. So she's like, yes you do. Like you do too much. Like all you do is stuff for views and stuff. And if she would have came and she do got a point, then you would have titled the fucking video in your fucking YouTube video that Scott Jackson like me. And you probably would have said that shit. So he's like, I do everything to get money. So she's like, yeah, but not everybody is down for that shit. Not everybody is down for that, and not everybody is for that shit. So he was like, she's a YouTuber, so she is not a fucking YouTuber. She make YouTube videos, but she is not a fucking YouTuber. That's the damn difference. She doesn't get a paycheck for doing fucking YouTube like you do. So she is not a fucking YouTuber. So no, she doesn't understand. She's in a whole different field. So it's like you need to stop doing too much, and maybe certain celebrity girls would want to be around you. But you do a lot of shit too much. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it do be a little bit embarrassing to hang around you. So he like, oh, I'm embarrassing. She's like, yes, you are. And that's sad that my own best friend she doesn't even want to come around because of your shit. So he like, all right, fuck it then. I'll leave. She's like, all right, whatever, leave. So I remember, yeah, them two got into it. They got into a little argument. But yeah, Deshae, I didn't see like maybe one or two of his videos, and he is a little bit dramatic, he is a little bit, he a little bit over the top with his shit, and he's not funny. I don't think it's as funny either. But anyway, I go see Nadia, and she kind of like opened the door or whatever. So Nadia opens the door and she's like, "Hey, baby." I'm like, "Hey." She's like, "You brought the kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was gonna bring the kids." She's like, "I'm so happy you brought them." So I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, well, can they stay out here with my sisters while we talk?" I'm like, "Yeah, Nadia, yeah, of course." So she's like, "Look, baby, I don't want you to just like stop fucking with me." I'm like, "Who said I was gonna stop fucking with you?" So she's like, "Because I just found out that you took Sister Majida out, and Aaliyah and stuff, and they like way prettier than me." So I'm like, "Why are you always worried about looks, Nadia?" It's like, "I'm not always worried about looks." I'm like, "Then why are you always bringing it up?" It's like, "I'm not always bringing it up." I'm like, "You are. You're bringing it up right now." So she's like, "Okay, maybe I am always worried about it, but that's only because you can date any girl you want right now. Like, you can date Selena Gomez, Zendaya, any fucking celebrity girl you want. You definitely can get them bitches." And it's like, I'm just not there. I'm not really anything special. So I'm like, "Yeah, you are special. You special to me." She's like, "Yeah, but I'm not those celebrity girls. I'm not a A-list celebrity girl." I'm like, "Yeah, you're not. But have you ever did a porno before?" It's like, "David, I'm talking about other shit. You talking about have I ever did? No, I never did a porno before. Where is this shit coming from?" So I'm like, "Well, I got a camera." It's like, "Wait, what? You trying to film us fucking? You want to make a porno, a sex tape? Because that's what it is. It's a sex tape." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I want to make." It's like, "You serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, only if down with it. Only if you gonna do it with me." It's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I just didn't think you was serious. You just came out and just said, "Oh, have you ever did a porno before?" Okay, nobody else is gonna see this video though, right? You promise? I'm like, "Yeah, I promise." Like, "David, I have never done anything like this before, so I'm gonna take your word for it." So I remember I put the camera on. She was nervous, even though it was just me and her in the room. We did end up doing the sex tape, which was really good, and she definitely had fun doing it. I could tell she enjoyed it and stuff like that. So I was like, she's like, "David, I'm planning a wedding with my sisters. I just came to a conclusion. I hope you're not mad, but I'm not going to invite your family. Are you okay with that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's your wedding." She's like, "Well, it's your wedding too. So, I don't want you to be upset at me for certain decisions that I decided on." So I'm like, "Well, I guess you got your reasons for not inviting my family." It's like, "I do. I definitely fucking do. They ambushed me not too long ago. Jermaine is threatening me to not, I can't see my fucking kids. So I decided to let them stay with their father for a little while because, I am pregnant. You got me pregnant. So I feel like, I'm not going to be able to focus on planning this wedding with the kids here. So with them being with their father, I can be able to focus more on planning this wedding." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Yeah." So we started kissing. We did have sex again. Nadia wanted to go out, so I took Nadia out on a date. She really had fun. Nadia had fun, took her shopping, bought her some clothes and stuff. And then she wanted, when we got back, she was like, "David, can you take me and my sisters to get our hair and nails done tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, y'all want to go out to get your hair and nails done, or I can send my salon team here, my hairstylist here, and they can do your hair and stuff." She was like, "Is they girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, they girls. They ain't no men. I would never let a man touch my hair." So she was like, "Oh, okay. You can send them here." I'm like, "All right, y'all good?" Cause if you wanted to get some more stuff, I can take you to my own, personal hair salon. She like, "You got a hair salon?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a hair salon. I got hair, don't I?" So she's like, "Yeah, you do." Okay. That would be kind of nice if you take me and my sister shopping because I still didn't get a lot of stuff that I wanted to get while we were out. So I'm like, yeah, it's like, all right. And I kind of do want to go baby shopping, even though I don't know what the gender is going to be, even though they're twins. So she's like, I do definitely want to go baby shopping. So I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, I want to buy some baby clothes and stuff. I'm like, all right, yeah, we can do that now, dear. It's like, I love you. I'm like, yeah, I love you too, girl. So I remember her sister's like, wow, y'all actually look kind of cute together. She's like, yeah. So her sister's like, David, I got a bone to pick with you. I'm like, what? She's like, you was dating Sister Magina. You took her out on a date last night. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you bad. Why you doing that to my sister? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, you had my sister crying. So Nadia was like, I was not crying. She's like, yes, you was. You was in the bathroom crying for like 2 hours. She's like, no, I wasn't. She's lying. I was not crying. So she's like, oh, now you gonna lie to him? So I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. So I took Nadia in the room and we dealt with each other accordingly. Now, Nadia, she is, dealing, she's like finding out more and more about my life. I'm going to say she's going to find out a lot of stuff about my life. And I mean, I'm not going to hide it from her. I'm never going to hide my life from this girl. But I mean, she's going to find out more and more just how serious I am. And I mean, yeah, she's just gonna find that shit out over time. So like, I don't want you crying in the bathroom. It's like, I wasn't crying, baby. I'm like, yes, you was. I can tell. She's like, how could you tell I was crying? I'm like, I could just look at your face and tell that you were crying. It's like, okay, I was crying. I'm like, that's because you thought I was gonna leave you. It's like, yeah, I don't think that anymore, but I did it at first. I'm like, well, I ain't going nowhere. It's like, all right, where you going, baby? I'm like, I just gotta make another run. It's like, you okay? I mean, I know you're okay, but you gonna come back, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming back. It's like, all right. I went back to Sky Jackson because I was kind of thinking about Sky Jackson. So Scott Jackson opened the door. It's like, where the babies at? Where they at? Where them cute ass babies? I'm like, they back home. She's like, oh, okay. All right, well, come on in here. Guess what happened when you left, David? You would not believe what the fuck happened when you left. I'm like, what happened? She was like, so look, right? As soon as you left, that girl Brooklyn that you asked me about, she calls me. I don't think we cool, cause I don't know. She said we cool, but I don't believe it. But she calls me and told me that she wanted me to come over and hang out with her and her brother and friends, and I was just like, I just straight up told her, I was like, your brother just shade. That nigga's a clown. Like, I just told her the truth. And I was just like, if I was over there, he would have me in his fucking camera taking advantage of that shit, saying that Sky Jackson likes me and all this shit. And I'm really not that type of bitch to be playing with. So it's like, you're not going to put me in your fucking thumbnail, for your damn convenience. So you can act like I like you, but in the video, I'm not giving you any signs that I fucking like you. So, I always hate those videos where you click on them and they say so and so like me. And then when you look at the video, it's nothing showing that the person like you. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother damn video. It's like really that should be pissing me off. And he got a whole lot of those type of videos. So it's like I just don't like his content. I'm just to be real with you, I'm not feeling his content. Cause he's just a person that really do too much to me. And like he just do too much. I told, Brooklyn that and that, her brother was a clown and I don't know if she was like mad about it, but I can tell that she had kind of like an attitude that I didn't come or whatever. But it's like, it's nothing against, Brooklyn. Because if it was just Brooklyn, yeah, I would have showed up. But no, thank you, not interested. So I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, she got mad. She hung up the phone, and that happened like a few hours ago. I'm like, it did. She's like, yeah. I remember that me and Scott Jackson did end up, having sex and cutting up. And it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was really fun. I would say thoroughly enjoyed it. And Scott Jackson, when she was getting on her Instagram, she was thinking about going on Instagram Live. But then she was like, no, she didn't want to go on Instagram Live. So she was just like playing around with her phone. She went on TikTok, didn't see anything on TikTok. Got off of TikTok and she got up and went in the kitchen and started to make something to eat or whatever. So I'm like, what you doing? She's like, making some food. What are you doing? So I'm like, I'm gonna turn that ass up. It's like, oh really? who said I was gonna let you tear it up? I'm like, you always gonna let me beat it up. It's my pussy. He's like, oh, now it's your pussy. Now I'm your property. I'm like, you always been my damn property. I don't care if you got a boyfriend or not. You always been mine. She's like, oh, I have. I'm like, yeah. It's like, you got your damn camera with you. You want to film this too? I'm like, I like to film every damn thing. She's like, fine. Where's your camera? So she's like, you know what? I got a camera. I'm like, no, I needed to be on my damn camera. She's like, oh, so you can watch it whenever you want to? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what if I want to watch it too? So she's like, let's both film it from both of our cameras. So I remember me and Scott Jackson did end up doing it, which was really good. I'm not gonna lie, it was so good, yo. I'm not gonna lie. And after we was done, I got in my car and, and I was on my way to see Jennifer. No, Ashley Tisdale. I was on my way to go see Ashley Tisdale. And as I'm like going to go see her, Scott Jackson's boyfriend shows up or whatever, right? And I ain't gonna lie, the whole time that her boyfriend was there, Scott Jackson, because I wasn't there, I had already left. Scott Jackson was like literally looking at the footage of us having sex with her earphones on. So he like, what you looking at? She's like, nothing. My vlog, my next vlog. So he's like, oh, I thought I heard moaning coming from your earphones. She's like, you heard moaning. So she's like, I don't know what you talking about, but I'm looking at a vlog. Like, I'll be right back. I gotta do some editing. So she goes in the bathroom. She's looking at it. Then she calls me up. She's like, David. I'm like, what? Your boyfriend's still there? It's like, yeah. You want to come back? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right. So she get off the phone and she's like texting me that she's still horny. So she's like, can you leave? He's like, can I leave? I just got here like an hour ago. She's like, yeah, I'm still not feeling good. So he like, is it contagious? She's like, yeah, it is. I went to the doctors and they said it's contagious. It's like a virus. So he like, wait, you got a virus? So he left real quick. He got the hell out of there real quick. He actually believed her. He literally left real quick. So he's like, I can't afford to get sick. I got things. I got plans. I can't afford to get sick. So he left and she was like, he gone. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I lied and told him I had a virus. I'm like, you lied and told me you had a virus? She's like, David, are you coming or not? Damn, don't worry about how you left. Just know his ass gone. So I'm like, all right. She's like, all right, well, hurry up back here because I'm horny. I'm like, all right. She's like, all right, get off the phone with Scott Jackson. I was on my way to see Ashley Tisdale, but then I was like, I should go back there to Sky and give her, some beating it up because I haven't seen Sky in a while. It's been a long time since I've seen Scott Jackson and spent time with her and stuff. So I'm like, fuck it. I might as well go back over there and hang out with her some more. So that's what I did. But I'm going to start this episode here. Um, I hope that y'all enjoyed the episode. And many more episodes to come. Thug and Clutcher. I told this episode with me having a headache because my head's pretty much pounding and shit. But anyway, I want everybody to keep on thugging and clutching. And The Last of Us, the new episode is coming real soon. So I'm not going to tell you when it's coming, but it is coming. So don't worry about it. I know my fans, they've been definitely hitting me up on my website. Like, when is the episode coming? It is coming. It is coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you when it's coming, but it's coming. But yeah, I'm going to highlight y'all later. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the episode. Like I said before, man, deuces.